Welcome to the Dog Super Nanny. This is Karen Fazio, the Dog Super Nanny, and we come live to you every Thursday morning from 10 to 10:30 right here on WNJC. This morning we're sorry for the late start, by the way, guys. We had some technical problems at the studio. But today I'm going to make this my Animal Christmas holiday special Dog Super Nanny edition. And I've invited my studio engineer, Pat Close, to join me today. Pat is the host of It's Always Something. It's always something, right?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Karen.
It's always something. When does your show air?
My show airs on Wednesday nights from 10 to midnight.
I have to tell you, it's pretty cool. I listened in the other night. It's great. The topics are fun. It's pretty funny. These guys are cool.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome anytime. So anyhow, we have a new format to the show. Not much drastic change. But I am the Dog Super Nanny. I like to mix things up and talk about some crazy things and have guests on. And Renee and I have been hosting the show for a long time. And Renee's recovering from some surgery, and she won't be returning, but she's going to be here as my guest. Yeah, you miss Renee, right? Right, Pat?
Oh, yeah. I hope she's doing well.
She's doing good. But we're going to take a break just for a second, and when we get back, I'm going to be talking about animal imagery. Animal imagery during the holidays, and what some of these animals mean that we see on, like, Christmas cards and on pictures and in movies and stuff like that. Then I'm gonna go into some of the top 10 training myths. These are mine, according to the Dog Super Nanny, and we're going to be discussing my holiday pets guide, which is free. You could find that at nj.com/pets. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about my column in Inside Jersey magazine. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a great magazine. It's available at Barnes & Noble. And you can find that at nj.com/Inside Jersey. We're going to take a brief break so that I could share some of the services that I offer in the Keyport area and its surrounding towns. And we'll be back in a second.
Are you the owner of a fearful or aggressive dog and don't know where to turn? Have you called other trainers and they've turned you down because they don't want to deal with an aggression case? Then My Best Friend Dog Training and its special service, the Dog Super Nanny, is maybe just what you're looking for. We do in-home private consultations. We're located in Keyport, New Jersey, and we do travel. Our phone number is 732-533-9376, and our website is mybestfrienddogschool.com. We are positive-based trainers and don't use physical punishment or fear as a way to motivate your dog. We use games and fun as a way to do that, and we also help you during the whole process. So give us a call. We're here for you. 732-533-9376.
This is 1360 AM WNJC, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station. Brought to you from Forsyth Broadcasting. Or listen to us at WNJC1360.com.
Welcome to the Dog Super Nanny. I am Karen Fazio, and I am the Dog Super Nanny. You can visit my website if you feel free to. Send me an email. It is dogsupernanny@yahoo.com. That's my email, and my website is www.thedogsupernanny.com. Today we're going to be talking about all things holiday. I'm trying to get this in because we've got a bunch of guests coming up like in the next couple of weeks, and I kind of want to get in some of the holiday stuff, some of the holiday cheer.
Sure.
What do you think, Pat?
I agree.
You're up for animal holiday cheer?
It's that time of the year, and you can't exclude the pets.
Can't exclude the pets.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. It is. It's unacceptable. So if anybody's putting up a tree this week, I'm sure you are, and you have cats, you got to realize that the tree is going to get destroyed. It just is. I mean, I kind of came to that realization. I have like this little, this tiny little tree that I got free like a bunch of years ago. It's like one of those fiber optic trees.
Okay.
And it's about like 1.5 feet tall, and it sits in my front window.
Little Charlie Brown tree.
A little Charlie Brown tree. And you know what? I have the big tree upstairs, and I'm thinking, why bother?
Right.
Why should I bother? Because you know what? I put it up. I take out all these Christmas ornaments, things I grew up with as a kid, these little dolls and things like such fond memories, you know.
Right.
And you know, I turn around and you know, my cat buddy is up the tree, or I come home and there's like Christmas ornaments all over the floor. You know, and you know, I could take a spray bottle and spray my cats, but I don't do that. You know what? They can't help themselves, man. They, you know, they see something like that, they gotta climb it.
That's it. They don't understand English.
You gotta climb it. Anything sparkly. So, you know, I know that, you know, I should probably put my Christmas tree up like the day before Christmas, because it only looks good for a day.
Right.
By the time the holiday comes, it looks like, I don't know what happened to it. Like a bunch of monkeys attacked it.
It's like getting your car washed. It's good for 2 or 3 days, and that's it.
It is. I got my car washed the other day. The very next day, it looked like garbage.
That's it.
But anyway, I put out a holiday gift guide this year. It's my 3rd annual. It's a huge success. It always is. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's called the Dog Super Nanny Holiday Pets Gift Guide. It's a virtual guide. It's available on NJ.com. So if you go to NJ.com/pets, you'll see the 3rd annual Holiday Pets Guide, and you just click on the link, and the guide's going to pop up, and it's a PDF file, and you can download it to your desktop, and you can virtually shop right from your computer. You don't even have to leave your house.
That's
let's
awesome.
face it,
That
we
is
all love
awesome.
our pets, but they're last on the list. I mean, I've run out like the last minute on like Christmas morning. I'll run out,
Right.
and I'll get like the 75% off, you know, one rawhide bone that's left over. So I felt like, you know, I got to do something better for my dogs. I mean, they're great dogs, you know,
Right.
and my pets. So I came up with this guide. So all you have to do is, you know, download it to your desktop. It's 28 pages. It's got all kinds of great stuff in it. If you see something you like, just click on the picture. It takes you right to this page where you could buy it or you could learn more. And if you want to learn about the advertisers in there, just click on their logo. PetSmart's in there, Petco's in there, Victoria Stillwell from It's Me or the Dog on Animal Planet, she's in there.
I remember her.
Purr and Pooch in Tinton Falls and in Wall Township, they're in there. There's a whole bunch of people in there. But I wanted to talk about some of the animals that we see during the holidays, Pat. You know what I'm talking about, the reindeer, the camel,
Yes.
the dove.
The festivity animals.
Festivity animals. You know, there's like stories behind these things. You know, and in the December issue of Inside Jersey magazine, you'll see there's a column I wrote called Animal Imagery. Animals play major roles in winter festivities around the world. So some of these are going to be pretty bizarre because I never even heard of some of these animals. You know, being part of like, you know, the Christmas season. But you know, what's Christmas season here might be like a winter festival somewhere else.
Right.
You know, if they don't celebrate. So we're going to start off with the camel and the donkey. And, you know, we see, you know, the 3 men, the 3 wise men. So that's where that actually comes from. You know, the 3 kings.
Right.
You know, this depicted as arriving on the backs of camels to visit the newborn Savior in Bethlehem. And it's also believed that Mary arrived in Bethlehem on a donkey.
Wow. I guess they weren't in a rush?
They weren't in a rush.
You picked the 2 slowest animals to go. Hurry up! The king's here.
Right in rudder toward us.
Right.
But that's coming up. Reindeer. Okay, so this is where this comes from. And this is kind of like, it's not written in stone, but this is the majority consensus here, okay? Is, you know, the idea of Santa's sleigh being pulled by reindeer seems to come from poems by William Gilly and Clement Moore. And they also may be based on the Norse mythology of Thor commanding a flying chariot pulled by goats.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool, right?
Wow.
Which leads us to the Yule goat. Now, if you go to places like Scandinavia and Norway and, you know, those Nordic countries, you'll see a lot of goats around, you know, like, as decorative. You know, they're made out of straw and they're decorated and everything like that. But there's something behind that. And, you know, many Scandinavians decorate the decorations feature a stylized goat, and they're mostly made of straw. And believe it or not, it represents the main dish served at their feasts.
Wow.
So it's like, wow, look at this great goat. We're going to kill it and eat it tonight.
That's right. That's crazy.
It's crazy. So here we go. We're going to go into the cow and the frog. And these are characters from a Kwanzaa-inspired folktale. So we know that there's plenty of people that celebrate Kwanzaa around the holidays. It's around the same time. But these characters play a big role in that. And what they symbolize, they encourage children to rise above those who would discourage their dreams and goals. So, those people that are like, you can't do that.
Right.
You'll never be able to do that.
The naysayers.
Yeah, naysayers. These are the animals that tell them, hey, you know what? No. You could do whatever you want. Don't listen to these people. And now we're going to get into the dog and the cow. Believe it or not, the dog and the cow play a big role in the winter festivities around the world. And, the dog and the cow are pretty prominent in the Hindu celebration of Diwali. And that means the Festival of Lights. And dogs are given special honor, and cows are always considered sacred there. But which I find really weird because, in places like India, dogs are not really revered. They're kind of like a lot of stray dogs running around. Running around that part of the world.
Right.
And but obviously it seems that during the winter festivals, they're given a lot of praise. We're going to go down to the lion.
The lion.
Lion. So we watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right?
Oh yeah. And
you got the lion. He's the king of the misfit toys.
Yep.
Okay, so see, it's even popping up in our religion, and it comes from. They think that this symbol comes from the Lion of Judah, which appears in the Hebrew religion and the Israelite tribe of Judah throughout the Hebrew Bible. So it pops up a lot in that religion, and it's also a symbol of peace in Christianity, and it's depicted as laying with the lamb on the eve of Jesus' birth. Okay, so the Christians kind of took that too.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, we like your lion idea.
That's right.
We're gonna use it in the manger." Okay. Now we got the chicken, the duck, and the tortoise. Remember we were talking about the turtle?
Yes.
Okay. Now during the Chinese winter solstice celebrations, rice cakes. They make these little rice cakes. They're made into the shape of chickens, ducks, and tortoises, and you know what it signifies?
What's that?
Future success.
Ah.
So you can have these little cakes, All right, now we're going to get down to the dove. Okay?
The dove.
See doves everywhere, right? People get married, they let the doves free. We see doves carrying the olive branch and all this kind of stuff on all these cards. It's a symbol of love and sacrifice, especially in the Christian Bible. And it also appears in the Celtic-inspired holiday tune, The 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, see? Did you know what the 12 Days of Christmas came from?
No, I do not.
Long time ago, Crusades. There was a time after that, back in the 1700s or something like that, 1600s, and Christianity was not very well liked in England and places like that. So what they did was the people that celebrated it came up with this song. And the 12 Days of Christmas represents the 12 apostles.
Okay.
Okay, so each of them represents something, but they had to sing this song because if they were found out that they were celebrating a Christian holiday, it'd be like hell to pay.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going to get to the robin. See the robin redbreast. They're all over cards. Cute little birds.
Sharp looking.
They're sharp looking. They are. But you know what? I've never seen a robin in the winter.
No.
They're kind of spring birds, but somehow they got tossed into this winter celebration thing. In Britain, the bird is symbolic of the blood of Christ.
Ah.
Yes. It also may symbolize British mail carriers, who were sometimes referred to as redbreasts during the Victorian era because they wore red uniforms.
That's interesting.
It's pretty cool, right?
Interesting facts.
It's interesting facts. So have you ever had any animal mishaps during the holidays? Are you an animal lover? Do you even have a pet?
I don't have any animals. I do love dogs. I always want a dog, but where I'm staying at now, I can't have a dog.
Can't have a dog?
No. But as soon as I'm out, I'm getting a dog. Absolutely.
Well, because we're going to make you a big success, Pat.
Okay.
Pat's a stand-up comedian, if you don't know. I've been riding him. I've been telling him, you got to let me know where you're going to be, or you got to put some of your work up on your website.
I am planning a show.
Oh, cool.
I am planning a show.
All right, so we'll publicize it on the Dog Super Nanny here. I almost said
nice.
Thursday in the doghouse. Did you hear that?
Yeah, almost. Almost.
Those fun days. Old habits die hard.
It's all right. I think
I
we
tell
know.
this all the time to people that are trying to train their dog.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give the dog some time.
That's right.
It's like the light switch goes off. The
That's it.
light bulb blows out on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and you keep hitting that light. I mean, you expect something different to happen at the 20th time that you flick it open?
And definition of insanity.
It's a definition of insanity. So, we have to kind of give our dogs time. You're trying to teach it a new skill. You're trying to housebreak it. You're trying to, help it, like, habituate to our lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give it some time.
Yeah, you got to adapt.
Especially if you're trying to change behavior,
That's true.
Which I'm going to kind of segue into my top 10 training myths. The Dog Super Nanny has her own 10 myths.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have them. You gotta have rules.
What do you think? Can you think of a myth? What do you think a myth is? If you could think of one.
A myth?
A training myth, yeah.
Not off the top of my head.
All right, why don't you tell me something that somebody warned you about with dogs?
With dogs?
What's a bad thing to do? Let's see if it's in this myth category.
I do know when there's a certain type of training, you're not allowed to pet them. You can't give them any kind of affection. Is that true?
It's false.
False.
It's false. But that's not one of my top 10 training myths. But it's a good one. Actually, praise is a great reward. So when you're training a dog, some dogs love it. I mean, my shepherd, he likes food. He'll take it or leave it. You give him a piece of meat, man. He's going to love that. But nothing's better than, you're a good boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he loves that, okay? Or he loves walks. He'll run away from a food bowl just to go for a walk.
Nice.
So, you could use other things as rewards. And, yeah, you want to reward your dog for a good job. Imagine you working all your life and never being hurt or told you did a good job.
No, can't.
Forget it.
You can't. It's not motivating.
No. Okay. So, anyway, we've heard the warnings. Things like, tug-of-war with your dog causes aggression, right? Sleeping with your dog is bad.
Right. Heard that one.
Heard that one, okay. The reality is most of these warnings are baseless myths, and they don't have any base in science, okay? There's no scientific proof, okay? So I'm going to give you some really quick, some logical explanations for some of my top 10 myths. Number 10, chewing on owner's possessions is spiteful behavior. Okay? Actually, chewing is a soothing activity. It's kind of like having a pacifier.
Sure.
And destructive chewing is, it could be a sign of stress, boredom, or the dog has some other obsessive, behavior. It's like chewing the nails or twisting your hair or smoking or drinking or doing any of those things that we do. Dogs have the same kind of problems. They just come out because the only thing they got to move things around with is their mouth.
That's it.
All right?
And even humans chew.
It's true. It's right. It's got chewing tobacco, chewing gum. Okay, we do it all the time, but when our dogs do it, we get mad.
Right. Hey, you're not allowed to do that. Only I am.
Man. Okay, number 9. A dog knows that soiling the house is wrong. Okay? People come in and say, but he knew he did it wrong. He knew. Okay? He doesn't know that it's wrong.
Right.
Okay? House soiling is more likely is related to a medical issue, poor training, or anxiety. Those 3 things. Okay? You have some dogs that mark. Like if you have an unfixed dog, like a male,
right,
and he smells a female and he about a mile away, because they can smell that a mile away. They'll mark the house. They're trying to show off their stuff.
Right.
Okay?
That's only,
Okay, so then we're going to go into tug-of-war causes aggression. No, it doesn't. Whoever told you that is crazy, okay? Tug-of-war is a game of cooperation, not competition, Okay, so we're not having a fight with our dog, you know?
Right.
It's a great way to, you know, for an animal to release pent-up energy and get exercise, and it won't cause aggression or dominance. Now, if you have an aggressive dog, I still recommend playing tug-of-war, because at least you can provide a positive outlet for it. And you could create your own rules. You know, my rule is I use this big long rope with a big knot in the middle. My dog goes off in a knot. I walk away. All right, so game over.
Right.
Okay. Table scraps are bad for dogs. That's number 7 on our top 10 list. Okay.
False?
It's false.
False.
It's false. Before the invention of dog food in the 1860s, that's when prepared dog food was invented. Dogs ate only table scraps. They lived a long, long time.
Yeah, they've done without it all this time. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure they survived.
That's right. So if you want a list of good and bad foods for your dog, visit aspca.org. They'll tell you everything you need to know. Okay, here's another one. Number 6. I know you heard this. Never feed a dog from the dinner table because you'll create a beggar. Right? You've heard that. Never feed the dog from the table.
That's like the most popular one. I'm surprised I didn't think of that earlier.
It is the most popular myth. Okay? It should be number 1. But I have number 1. It's down there. You have to realize that dogs learn by action and consequence. So if you're going to reward a dog for begging, you're going to give him food from the table because he's begging, you're going to reinforce begging.
Right.
If your dog lays in the living room while you're at the dinner table, and you get up off your chair and you go into the living room and you give him a piece of food, you're rewarding him for laying far away from the kitchen. So it's what you're rewarding that makes or breaks this behavior.
Sure.
But most people, they just give in. They give their dog food at the dinner table, so the dog is like, "Oh, cool. All I have to do is bark and scratch my owner's leg, and I get a piece of steak." Now, my dogs learn through action and consequence that if they lay in the living room quietly, they get tons of stuff. Last night they had some fried rice. It was awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
I love fried rice.
Number 5. I'm quickly running out of time. Owners must be dominant over their dogs. You must be the boss. Wrong. Pets don't need a boss. They need a calm, benevolent leader who makes safe decisions and gently teaches right from wrong. Realize, folks, that when you have a dog, I don't care how smart it is, the intellectual capacity of that dog is about a 2-year-old child. Okay? All right, number 4. A dog should never growl.
Why not?
Nope. Growling is a warning. It's a message from the animal that it wants to avoid confrontation. So, like, you're walking down the street, you see something scary, you may say, dude, or somebody's, like, maybe confronting you, or they're touching you weird, you know? It's
right.
Like, dude, don't touch me like that, you know? It's all right, you know? That's the same kind of thing. But, dogs only have so many vocalizations. They can't just sit there and say, I'm really not liking that you pet me on top of the head.
Yeah.
and try. I mean, just go over to your friend or your mom or somebody that you know and pat them on the head and see how much they like it. Okay? It happens to dogs every day. And some dogs are just, they don't like it. They're telling you. You know, I don't like that.
Yep.
So, it's actually a good thing, you know?
No, it is.
Okay, dogs should never sleep with their owner because it will make them think that it shares the owner's status. That's number 3 on my list.
Yes, owner status. I love that.
I love that. It doesn't encourage a dog to think it's equal or above the owner's status. Rather,
I don't even think it knows.
It's comfortable, it's warm, and provides an excellent opportunity for you two guys to bond. Now, if you have a dog that jumps on the bed and is guarding it and growling and snarling at you, then you have a problem.
Yeah.
Sleeping with your dog's not a problem. Okay, number 2. Dogs should never exit the doors first because it will make them feel dominant over their owner. Who came up with this stuff?
Wow.
I mean, you ever see wild dogs on the Serengeti or where they're running around? You
Sure.
ever see any doors there?
No.
Okay. Throughout the evolution of the dog, where were their doors?
Yeah.
I don't know whoever came up with this idea, okay? An animal's excitement to get outdoors quickly has nothing to do with leadership, but it has to do with, I want to get out first.
Well, they're anxious.
Out there, I want to go smell. There's something out there interesting.
Especially when they've been locked up inside all day.
Yeah, really. I mean, come on. Think about what your dog does all day. It sits around doing nothing. Both people would turn into a serial killer.
That's it. And that's what they think.
You know what I mean?
That's
No
what they
TV,
think.
no text messaging, no video games, nothing. Just sit
No.
there and stare at a wall.
That's it.
All right? So, you want to teach your dog patience at doorways because if they run out, they could also run in front of a car. So, I mean, I could understand where they came up with this myth, but my dogs go outside every day before me. Every day.
Right.
I tell them, all right, hold on, and they stop.
Yep.
And they wait for me to close the door. Okay? It's what you train. Okay, here's number one. Jumping during greetings is dominant behavior. You hear that a lot, right, Pat?
Yeah.
Dog's dominant.
That's another biggie.
Yeah. Puts his hand on you. Puts his paw on you. It's dominant. Actually, you know what this is?
What is that?
It's an attempt for the dog to reach your mouth to kiss it.
Ah.
It's a greeting ritual. Dogs do it to each other all the time. It's actually a submissive behavior. Okay? It's a friendly greeting. So, there you go. We covered animal imagery and the top 10 training myths.
That was nice. I enjoyed that.
Did you enjoy that? Good.
Some interesting facts there.
Interesting facts. Interesting facts. I'm going to try to keep them coming.
Nice.
But I want to tell you guys, if you want to learn more about me, I am the Dog Super Nanny. You could go to thedogsupernanny.com. You could also go to nj.com/Inside Jersey. And Inside Jersey is the magazine by the Star Ledger. It's available at Barnes & Noble. I write a monthly column in there. And, of course, I am the Dog Super Nanny on WNJC.
All right.
Pat, I want to wish you a good weekend.
Thank you very much, Karen, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Take care.
Here on WNJC 1360 AM.